Hello and welcome to our Lunch and Learn with Tech Bites. Today I'm going to be presenting Microsoft Word, how to insert shapes, images, and icons. So without further ado, here is Microsoft Word. Everything I'm going to be talking about today is in the Insert tab in Microsoft Word, right here in the Illustrations category. So let's start with pictures. You might need to insert images into your documents for a variety of reasons. Today, for the demonstration, I'm going to go through all the settings and everything, and then I'll show you how you can use what we learned today to create a certificate for your students. So to insert a picture, the icon is right up here in the Insert tab. And if you click the little down caret, you have three options. You can insert pictures from your device. These are pictures you already have saved to your computer and you want to bring them in. You can insert stock images, which are like clip art, or you can insert online pictures. So I'm going to show you each one. To insert a picture from your device, go ahead and click on that. And then you have to go to a picture that you have saved to your computer. And then you can go ahead and bring that image in. Okay, the next one is insert stock images. So these are preloaded images. You don't need the internet to see them. But there's things like icons, cutout people, stickers, illustrations, and even cartoon people that you can bring in to illustrate your point. So I'm just going to bring in this little guy to show you that. Now you notice when I inserted that picture, the other one disappeared, and that is because I had that picture selected when I inserted the next image. If I click off of it, if I click off of it and then I insert it, you will notice that that picture no longer disappears. So now I have two images. Okay, and then the third option under pictures is online pictures. So this lets you actually search the internet right here within Microsoft Word. You never have to leave. So if I want a picture of a bee, I can just search that. Now it does have a Creative Commons only check mark here. So what that does is that allows you to only search ones that are not copyrighted. So if you have that checked, you know that they're safe and they're legal to use on your documents. If you do not have that checked, you will get more results. However, they could have a copyright on them, and just be careful in what manner you're using them. Sometimes you'll get that message, an error occurred. So you have two options when that happens. One is you can go find another picture. Two, if that's the picture I really want, then I can use my little snipping tool. So I can come down here to my snipping tool, and you can get that snipping tool by going to the search, type here to search, and just type the word snip, and you can snip that image. And then you could just copy paste it in if that's the one you really want. And that'll bring it in. If you want to get a picture off the internet, you can simply open the internet window, go to Google, search for the picture that you want, and then you can either right click, you can save the image to your computer and then upload it, or you can copy the image and simply paste it in the picture. Okay, so lots of different ways that you can insert pictures. So while we're on pictures, I also want to show you how to, first thing you're going to notice is I cannot easily move these pictures around. So if I want to move my picture around, what I want to do is I want to either put it behind my text or in front of my text. These two options are going to allow you to move the picture anywhere on the page that you want to. So if I move it in front, it's going to go in front of everything, but then I have the ability to move it anywhere I want, and I can also move it behind. And again, I can move it anywhere I want. And if I do that with all of my images, then I can move them around on the page and organize them in whatever manner I choose. So when you have inserted a picture and you click on that picture, you're going to have this hidden tab that appears. So you notice when I'm not clicked on a picture, that tab is not there. So when I click on that picture, I can go to picture format, and I have all these options that I can do with my picture. So this one's my favorite, remove background. So let's say I wanted to remove the white background behind this bee. I could click remove background. It's going to kind of say mark the areas to keep, mark the areas to remove. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to show you. And again, control scroll up to zoom in. So it that is pretty good, but I also want to get rid of some of this spot in his wing. So I'm going to mark more areas to remove, and you simply click and those areas will go away. Being careful not to get rid of an area that you might want to keep. Okay, so once I have all those, I'm going to keep changes, and now that area is gone. Now I might decide, oh, I messed up. I want to get his wing back. I can go back into this, mark areas to keep, zoom in and select his wing if I wanted to. And I could bring back all of the areas of his wing. And actually decide how much of that you want to keep. Again, once you think you got it, you just keep changes, and then it brings that area back. So I might decide later to go back and delete some of this. So another option is color correction. You can darken or lighten up pictures this way. You can turn them colors in the color tool. Artistic effects. Let me turn it a darker color so you can see. Just put it back to its original. Make it look artsy. Okay, transparency. If I want it to be kind of see-through, I can do that, and then it'll be kind of see-through. If I decide I want to change that picture to something else, I can click that and I can replace it with another online picture. And then these are picture frames, so I can go in and add a frame around him if I wanted to. There's other borders and things. Now, let's say I wanted this bee to go behind the other picture. I can always send it backwards. I have to click a few times to get it to go behind that picture that I want, or I can just click on this one and bring him forwards. Let's bring him all the way to the front. And now he's in front. Okay, I can also crop a picture. Let's say I don't want the full picture. I only want part of a picture. I can click crop and I can come down here. Watch my mouse cursor when it changes to the same icon as the corner of this picture. I can move it and it's going to cut the picture. When I click off, it'll crop it to that area. So that's most of the effects that I would mess with on pictures. You can change like the outline colors. You can add special effects. Let's say I wanted a glow around it or shadow. I can add in those things through these picture effects. So that is insert picture. Now I'm going to show you shapes. So shapes are really good when you want to add like backgrounds behind things to make it look professional. So one of my favorite shapes is this one. I like to put it like when I'm making flyers and stuff. So when I insert that couple of tools, I have again this hidden bar that appears. I can change my shape fill. I can change the outline around it, and I can do special effects just like I could with that other picture. Right here, I can rotate it however I want. And the cool thing about shapes is you can right click on them and you can add text to them. And this is really good when you want something to stand out like on a flyer or on a classroom newsletter. And again, you can change the color of that text, the text outline. To make it stand out. And again, you can rotate it however you want. And if you want to modify your text more, you can always go back to your home tab and there's all your font settings and everything for that as well. Okay. So back to our insert tab. We can also insert icons. So this is icons. And you'll notice they're very much like what we saw earlier. So icons are useful when we want things to stand out. We can use pictures to represent things. So here is the New Mexico scope and sequence that you might recognize from your standards. So on here, they used icons to show like anywhere there's conceptual understanding, they use this icon. They use color as an icon as well. Application, they use a light bulb. Anything showing procedure, skill, fluency, they use clipboard. So if we come down here, you can see how they put the little icon in there to show that this is going to represent a conceptual understanding that the students must have. It's your standard. So when you're making assignments for students, you might have a symbol that symbolizes something that like write in your notebook now or write this down, it's important. So we might want a symbol for that we use. Okay, now it's time for you to work, or this is the part where you watch. And we can use icons for those. And it's up to you which one you want to use. You can also create your own icons and insert them as pictures as well. If you're artsy. So let's say we wanted to use this icon to represent, how about this one? A target that the students must master. I'm going to insert that and it's going to bring it in here. And again, to move it, I'm going to click this and move it to the front of the text, and then I can move it anywhere I want. And now we have an icon that we can put in our text. If we do want it to align with our text, we can choose some of these other options so that it does align with the text rather than allowing us to move it wherever we want. Again, you can resize it, and we have some graphic icon options. We can change the fill color, outline color, move it forward, backward, rotate it, crop it if I wanted to. You can even change the height and width up here if you want it to be a certain size. You can convert it to a shape, which breaks it up into pieces. Undo that. So that's that one. If you want to break it up into pieces and modify it, you can. You can also change it to a graphic if you don't want it to just be an icon, but rather a picture. You can do that. Change it to a different picture there as well. So if I wanted, maybe I couldn't find the icon I wanted, I can actually change it to something I find online. So let's say instead I wanted a pencil. I wanted this to be my icon, I can insert that and it'll swap it out for me. Again, that was in picture. That was in graphics format, change graphic. But again, it changes it from an icon to a picture. Okay. So now how do you use all this? Let me show you. So this is an assignment that I used to always do with my students to teach them how to organize things on a page. I would have them quickly turn their orientation of their paper and I would have them make a certificate for someone in the class. So we would start off with a picture, and I would tell them to find a picture that that person likes. So let's say you're making it for your teacher. Apples are a great picture for a certificate for a teacher. So I'd have them insert a picture. And again, sometimes when you choose the, when you're inserting a picture and you choose the Creative Commons ones, it will put in the copyright information. You can just simply click on that and delete it and it will go away. So again, I want to move it in front so I can center it. And then I have my students insert 2 shapes, one on each side to make it balanced. So for certificates, stars are always great. And of course, I want to make them yellow. And then I'll have them do like a word art saying who the certificate is going to. And then I'd have them do another word art explaining why they're getting the certificate. Just to kind of give students skills to work with. And showing students things like when you center it, it makes a line and things like that. You can even have them insert just to get fancy. We can do a page border. I like to have them do art ones. Since apples are our theme, we'll put some apples around there. And there you go. We used made a quick certificate that the students can print out and give to their favorite teacher. But yeah, you'll use images in Word all the time to make things decorative. So it's important to know how to manipulate them and design and use them in a variety of ways. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about any of this, I know that was a lot really fast. Feel free to contact us. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Daniel, are you there, or you want me to give the spiel about Tech Bites?
Well, what we can do, Tech Bites will be having a second session this afternoon, and again, every other week, we'll be having a morning and afternoon Tech Bites with the same day at 12 for the lunch and learns. So every other Tuesday, like I said, 7:30 to 8:30 for the morning session, 3:30 to 4:30 for the PM session, and 12 to 12:30 for the afternoon session. The next one will be for advanced Nearpod in 2 weeks on, I apologize, I don't even have the calendar out. Not the 13th. It's today. The next one is the 13th, and that's going to be cyber hygiene, not the follow with the Nearpod. Apologies. So I will be doing the next Tech Bites with cyber hygiene on the 13th of December. So go ahead and sign in. And also, we have everything on our website. You got here from there. So if you have any other questions, we can go ahead and end this.